You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It's your girl, Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got some spoilers for next week, June 17th through the 21st. Not the full roster yet. We'll have that tomorrow, but for now, I've got some juicy tidbits on 4 big scenes coming. We've got big stuff with Tucker, stuff with Claire. We've got Lily and Daniel. We've got so much going on. If you haven't, though, please click subscribe and follow us. We appreciate your support. All right, jumping right in. So Johnny and Katie are back in town. They are at the Tack House where Victoria is living with Claire. Billy Abbott is there, which is great, as he should be, as their father. And Victoria introduces Claire to her younger siblings and her younger siblings to Claire. Claire is all smiles. It looks good. She's in a terrible outfit. I don't know what that is, but Paxton Mishkind is back as Johnny, and Katie is once again played by Sienna Mercury. Poor Johnny. You know, he was reeling from the whole, here's your secret brother Connor thing, a brother who's now falling apart in an OCD spiral and in a special school. And now Johnny's saddled with a secret sister that tried to kill the rest of the family. And they've kitted her out to look like she's the model for Marchetti's new retro Little House on the Prairie inspired collection. If you are too young to know that show, go Google it. Oh my goodness. She has gone from trying to kill the Newmans to dressing like an American Girl doll. It's kind of creepy. Her constant optimism and perkiness, it makes me suspicious. What about you guys? All right, we've got scenes with Lily Winters and Daniel Romalotti next week. And if Daniel's return wasn't bad enough, by the way, Y&R just confirmed Danny and Cricket are on the way back. Something 90% of fans, maybe more, did not ask for. We're getting it. But anyway, Lily meets Daniel in the park. He's glad she came. He wasn't sure she would show up. She is wondering if it was a mistake to meet with him. This has got to be about him trying again to talk her out of the video game he thinks should be his, or at least the one character. But how do you take a main character out of a video game? It's insane. Chancellor Winters paid him for that idea, and then they paid to develop it. It never would have gone anywhere without Lily and all the money backing him. He doesn't have a leg to stand on in court. He signed a contract. The intellectual property doesn't belong to him. But Lily is thinking of giving him some sort of settlement, throwing him a bone to end this. And I bet, and this would be really interesting, I bet she'd be really mad at Billy if she knew that he actively encouraged Daniel to sue Chancellor Winters. That actually, Billy doing that, by the way, is a violation of his fiduciary obligations. But the writers writing all these business plots, I don't think they've ever had jobs in the real business world. Not that show business isn't a business, but it's very different from regular business, and they just don't seem to know how things operate. And I'm going to talk about that more in a minute when we get to a spoiler for another business plot that is just dumber than I'll get out. So another spoiler for the week ahead, and this one I am excited about. Joshua Morrow has a anniversary special to honor his 30 decades of playing Nick Newman. His 30th anniversary on Young and the Restless is Friday today, June 21st, 2024. But the episode next week is when we're going to see the one devoted to him. A huge upside to this special episode, not only just because I love him, is we actually get to see Sharon Case as Sharon Newman, which is, like seeing a unicorn. And another nice change, she's got some real dialogue instead of just dispensing free therapy at the coffee shop and then being gone for weeks. Also, Reylynn Caster is back as Faith Newman for this special episode, and I assume she's going to be staying for the summer because they usually flip to younger character stories in the hot months. And I'm guessing we're going to see Claire and the younger siblings. Wonder if they're going to bring Reed back. We'll see. Lots of young people over the summer as usual. And so we're going to see Nick at Sharon's house at the ranch with Faith, Mariah, and Tessa. And Faith tells Mariah and Tessa they got there just in time to hear Nick and Sharon tell their whole love story. So clearly, We're going to get a whole pile of flashbacks from way back when Sharon and Nick were high school sweeties. And I wonder if they're going to tell Faith the whole story up until, their last failed wedding where Sharon dumped him at the altar for cheating with Phyllis. I'm guessing they're going to leave that and other instances of Nick's wandering eye out of the storytelling. I just hope that after this special episode, we actually get to see more of Sharon, whether it's reunited with Nick or just anything really. Sharon Case deserves better. So do the fans. I saw some fans speculating on Soap social media that Josh Griffith must just dislike either the character or the actors. People are trying to figure out why someone so popular and so talented, who's been on the front burner and a major player for 3 decades like Nick, is getting bupkis right now. All right, the last spoiler for the week is something really dire happening to Tucker McCall. He is in his hotel room in Paris, which, have you noticed those are the GCAC rooms and they've just kind of changed out the paint and some of the decor. They're laid out exactly the same. They're the same rooms. Anyway, he's at his hotel room in Paris with his assistant while he's on a video call with Audra. Tucker starts having problems breathing. Audra's kind of freaking out on the other end of the video call. He tries to stand up and then he collapses face down on the coffee table, kind of rolls onto the floor. His assistant is freaking out. So doesn't look good for Tucker. I'm assuming he's not going to die unless Trevor St. John just abruptly wanted out of his contract. Friday's episode, I think Thursday and Friday, we find out that Victor is the one behind Audra's takeover of Glissade. So maybe she stressed Tucker into a coronary or a stroke. I wonder if this collapse, presuming he survives, will have Audra feeling guilty taking him back. Most people don't think so because they don't think she has a compassionate bone in her beautiful body. I mean, it's not like Tucker would even care if Victor and Audra were conspiring to tank Jabot. He came to town thinking he was going to mess around with Jabot, so he'd be on board. So here's my thing, and this is another business plot issue. Victor thinks buying Glissade and making it into a cosmetic superpower will crush Jabot. You ladies out there, off the top of your head, how many cosmetic companies are there in the world? How many can you name? You can probably name 10 or 15 off the top of your head, and I'm guessing there's probably hundreds now. If you are on Instagram, you're just scrolling by cosmetic companies. You walk down the aisle of the store, go into Sephora, go into Ulta. So it makes no sense that they think them having one popular cosmetics company will crush Jabot. In the land of Y&R, are there only 2 makeup companies and only one can survive, like Highlander? I don't even know. So just, it doesn't make any sense, like all of their business plots. Again, because I don't think the writers have worked in any business besides show business and haven't done their homework or talked to somebody that had a real job. All right, that's all the spoilers we have for Y&R so far for next week, but be sure and come back tomorrow for our full roster of dated daily Young and the Restless spoilers for June 17th through the 21st. Drop your comments on what you're excited to see. Claire meeting her siblings, Daniel shaking Lily down, Josh Morrow's anniversary episode, Tucker going down like a bag of rocks. Let me know what you're excited to see. Please subscribe if you haven't. Come back soon. We're here talking Young and the Restless 7 days a week. And as always, it's Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.